Alrighty, how's it going guys? I'm Solo Bandit and welcome back to another drift tune here on CARX Drifting Online. As requested by you guys, we're going to be looking at the Panther M5 90S. Now this car is definitely a challenge. It is not something that I would recommend for a new player. 100% would not recommend this car. There's plenty of other class 1 cars that handle a lot better than this thing. Not saying that this is a terrible car to drive, it's just a lot more tricky as you have to have more experience in the game when it comes to throttle control, brake drifting, using your handbrake, using your clutch, using everything that the car has to offer and in the game, right? So it's definitely something that you have to use every single tool in the arsenal to get it to do the job, right? Now there's a few issues with this car, especially with the sound. You will find that when you do get into large trains, when you're drifting, the sound will cut out completely. So just keep that in mind. That's why I don't really use this car. Hopefully they fix that. So if you guys are watching this, anyone from the CARX dev team or whatever, there is an issue with the MX5 and a few other of the class 1 and class 2 cars where the sound does actually cut out. And we might get into that in a future video, but I'm just going to leave it at that and let them hopefully fix that down the line somewhere. But like I said, this car is very difficult. Now the reasons this car is very difficult, the first reason I would say is because of the short wheelbase. Makes it harder to stay wide in the corners. Now if you're at full speed and you're doing a lead run, there is no issues with going wide because you're full throttle. But if you are following someone and they're going wider, they're slightly slower, this car is very, very tricky to keep in that tandem line and keeping it smooth. You would have seen in the video, I did plenty of corrections. That's me trying as best as I can to push the car wide, to stay in the drift, to stay in the tandem, but at the same time I'm brake drifting the whole time, I'm clutch kicking, I'm doing everything I can to keep it going. So it is definitely a tricky beast to tame. This car is like a on and off switch. You're either on the gas or you're completely dead in the middle of the street, you know what I mean? Like anything under 3000 RPM, this car is not moving. This car is, there's no pep to the step, if you know what I mean. You've got to keep this thing flat to the floor. You can't be afraid of smashing into somebody. If you're that type of person, then you're going to be falling back like crazy. You just got to hope and pray that you can time everything correctly because it's one of those cars. So you have been warned, it is very tricky. It is also a bass tune, like I always say. You do need to make those little tweaks yourself, whether you want to make it more grippy, whether you want to make it less grippy, more loose so you can go wider. It's completely up to you. This is just a bass tune, so don't ridicule me too much in the comment section, but I want to put that disclaimer out there because a lot of people grab these tunes, put it on their cars, and then they leave it as it is. You can do that if you want to, but I would highly recommend that you go ahead and add your own little tweaks to the car, really small ones. It's not really that much. You guys know your own personal tastes, and then go from there, and you will have a decent build. So with that said guys, and out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and showcase the build for you. Alrighty, hopefully you guys enjoy it, and don't forget to put your comments down in the comment section below, letting me know how you felt the car, what changes you made. I would be very interested to see what kind of changes you guys personally made. Also, don't forget, send me those screenshots and videos to my Xbox gamer tag, as I am gonna start a series down the track, and maybe in a few weeks, maybe in a month or so, after I can get enough images and videos from you guys piled up, so where I can make a little series on the channel where I showcase your builds and your videos and give back to you guys a little bit more and give you some airtime instead of just showcasing my stuff. I can show my appreciation by showing your guys' stuff as well, because it's also great to see that you guys are building these crazy cars and I love seeing that kind of stuff. So with that said, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here and you haven't, if you haven't already. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next one.